In this video, we will talk about record triggered flow. This is one type of flow which we have in Salesforce for automation. Previously, we were having workflow and process builders. So, as you know, workflows and process builder will be retiring soon from Salesforce. So, record triggered flow is an alternative for that. So, all the things which you were able to do in workflow and process builder, you will be able to do that stuff in record triggered flow. Plus, there are some add-ons to it. So let's start. So we will see like how we can configure a record triggered flow in Salesforce. So first, when we click on record triggered flow, after that the configuration canvas or the window will pop up. The window will be like this, and there will be like the options to select the object. So on which object you want that particular flow to run on. So in this case, it's account and configure trigger. So when you want to run that particular trigger, so you can check that, or you can select that radio box as per your need. Like if you want it on creation of a record, then you can select when a record is created. If you want when a record is updated, you can select a record is updated. If you want on both the cases, like if a record is created or updated, then you can select the third one. And if you want to do some operations while deleting a particular record of an account, then you can select a record is deleted. So this is about like selecting an object and configuring the trigger condition, like when you want to trigger this particular flow. So then once you have selected this, below that you have set entry conditions. So in entry conditions, you have condition requirement. It can be none. So all of the records which are created, they will go into this trigger, this flow, and flow will do whatever is mentioned in the logic. And then in condition requirements, there are multiple conditions that you can add, like the logical operations and or and you can have a custom logic where you can state like if there is a condition where you want some and conditions and or conditions to be true, then you can add that also in the custom logic conditions. So like earlier I mentioned about and conditions, so you can select all in and, as we know, all conditions are met, then only this particular entry criteria will suffice and the flow will run. Then we have or condition. In if one of the condition is set to true, or if the one of the conditions suffice, then you can then this entry conditions sorry, the entry criteria will be true for the flow, and you will be entered in that particular flow. And then if you have then if oh sorry then if you have any custom condition logic, that is first and second condition is true, and then it might be first and second or third condition is true, then that particular flow should run. In that manner, you have to select custom condition logic. Then there is new addition to it. In past one of the release, Salesforce has introduced this as a conditional requirement, that is formula evaluates to true. So in this case, you can deep dive into the objects which are related to that particular object which is triggering this. For this example, as we have selected account object, so we can go to contact object also, like account, then contact, and in contact we can go to like what is the record type of that contact, and on that basis also we can write a formula. If it evaluates to true, then only this flow will trigger. There is a button that is check syntax. You can check the syntax. If there is any error, it will showcase that error, and then you have to rectify that, and then you can hit done. So the last one is optimize the flow. So if you have to do some operations like before saving the data into the database, that is before trigger, that will be in fast field updates. If you want to do some operations once the record is saved in the database, that is after trigger, then you have to select actions and related records. So for an example, if you are creating, or if there is an account creation at that time, if you want the type of all the accounts which are created should be defaulted to some value, or if there is any logic to it, then you can do that assignments in the fast field updates. And if it is like when an account is created, then a contact should be created. In that case, you have to select actions and related records. So that's all for this video. Thank you.